This is Jason Lutz, COO, Derivian Group, 1003 Magnet. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I think we have some good stuff for you. But before I get started, as always, can you just let me know that you can see my screen all right and you can hear me and I'm not talking to myself? Perfect. All right, good. Let's just jump into it. This will be I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so, and I'll have some time at the end for questions, and we'll go from there. So, as everyone knows, this webinar is about turning your website into a lead magnet. Sort of a bit of hyperbole, but I think what we're doing here is really exciting. A lot of people sort of requested this type of feature for their website, and I'm going to talk about our lead magnet, but also how it is that you, on your own, if you chose, could capture more visitors' information from your website. So who is this for? Well, it's definitely for originators that are looking more, to get more out of their existing website traffic. In fact, I was searching around the internet for some of the members of 1003 Magnet that have put the little rate widget on their website that tells them, which direction rates are going and that kind of thing. And I thought it sounded, or that it was, the sites were absolutely fantastic. I was really actually surprised at how many really good websites that have really fantastic content on their websites, but they're just missing one component that really is kind of preventing them from getting a lot of leads from their website. And I'm going to share with you exactly what that is and how it is that we help. So there's really three components to not only just getting leads from your website, but actually turning it into deals. So first you need traffic, which we're going to go over that a little bit, but most of you know what it is, and a lot of you are getting it actually. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how it is that you capture people's information so that they raise their hand when they're on your website and say, yes, I want more information. I like what I see. And then really, frankly, the hardest part, and I have some statistics here to kind of wrap that number up, which is nurturing your leads. So it's one thing to have sort of a cool opt-in something or other on your website to get people or compel people to put in their information. It's quite another that once you've done that, making it so that engendering that credibility and providing quality value over and over again for a period of weeks or months or whatever, so that ultimately you are there when they are ready to buy or refinance their home. So what we're looking to do is to widen the net on your website so that it will capture people not only that are ready to apply right here and now, which a lot of you kind of take care of very well on your website, but we also want to capture the vast majority of people that are just kind of searching around the internet, thinking about buying a home, wanting more information about how to apply for a mortgage, what interest rates are, that kind of thing. So here's some statistics I think are pretty interesting that will kind of, I don't know, signify or show how important lead magnet really is. So this one right here, call to actions promoting ebooks get almost twice the click-through rate as websites promoting webinars. Now, this is interesting because of this. A lot of people will say, listen, to get someone's email address, and phone number from a website, you need to provide high value. And that's clearly true because people don't part with their name and email address and their phone number unless they know that they're getting something directly from it. But what this shows is that high value isn't enough. See, webinars are high value, right? I mean, it takes a lot of time to create like a webinar like this with the slides and the content and all those different things. So it's high value. The problem is that it's not timely, meaning it's not information that they get right then and there. There needs to be instant gratification. They want to put their information in, their name, email address, and they want to get high value immediately back. And then the hard part, which is providing consistent high value so that they will continue to pay attention to you, your brand, and what you have to say. So with our lead magnet, we kind of solve this, but we're going to go over some more information here as well. This is big. 79% of marketing leads never convert into sales. Lack of lead nurturing is the common cause of this poor performance. So it's kind of like what I was saying before. Even if, even if you were to say, I have traffic, I've captured their information, but that's not enough. You need to nurture the lead over time. And that is the hard part because I know all of you are extremely busy. In fact, we did a poll not too long ago, maybe about a year ago, of our 1003 Magnet members. And these aren't just your typical loan officers. These are highly producing loan officers that do loans. And, to convert and to nurture leads that have come by from the internet, from your website, which is why you have a website in the first place, takes a lot of time and it takes effort if you were to do it on your own. And we're going to talk about why it's so hard here in a second. But we all know, for any of us who've ever tried email marketing, consistently writing blog posts or consistently writing email newsletter to people is hard because life gets in the way. So back to sort of the formula for success in having a website and having it turn into money for you. First, you need traffic. Now, there's a lot of ways in which you already get traffic or you can get traffic. Organic traffic is really just having really good information on your website that Google finds should be shared with the world, right? You blog about different things about mortgages, about specific things in your city, about mortgages, so that you have a lot of content that when someone Googles a certain term, they'll find your website. Referrals, this is probably the biggest sort of way in which a loan officer can get traffic to their website, because most people, when they search for things related to real estate or buying a home, they tend to gravitate towards real estate websites because that's the cool thing that they're going to get. They're less interested in the mortgage because that's sort of like pain. They associate with the pain, and the pleasure part is the real estate agent that has all the listings on their website. So what I see a lot of people do, which is a great idea, is just to put banners and links on their real estate agent partners' website so that those people can then get driven to your website. Social media, we all know about that, and you obviously should be promoting your website on your Facebook, your Twitter, all that different stuff. Email marketing, paid search. Paid search is actually, as everyone knows, has been around forever, but what has kind of shifted is a lot of people have really shifted from buying Google ads, right, in the upper right hand, or in the right hand side and the top when you search different terms, to moving towards Facebook ads. The reason why, and we can do other webinars on this, but just a super quick, is that it's cost effective, and Facebook knows everything about you and what you do. They know where you go on the internet. They know what things you like on Facebook, which kind of builds a profile of the person you are. They know when you like things, so that if you liked a car or a car ad or whatever, they know that maybe you're interested in cars. Different pages that you've liked that are sort of this certain demographic, they have a ton of information on you. So you're able to post ads in your little neighborhood to specific people that might be interested in your service. So a lot of people are doing that. And of course, direct traffic, which is someone just plugging in your information. What Lead Magnet focuses in on, and what Lead Magnet is really sort of geared to, is to help you capture information, capture the visitor's information, and then help you nurture that lead over time. And that is what ultimately leads to conversion. Let me give you a couple of examples of really cool websites that are sort of missing this element, and I'm going to show you what it is that we do to help. So this is actually a beautiful website. It looks great. I actually blurred it out, not because I was going to make fun of it or anything, just because I didn't get permission. But it's great. It has a ton of content. It's probably, and it gets a lot of traffic because it has all this content, but there's really only one way in which someone can get information from the visitor, which is apply now. And this is the case with like 99% of the websites that I went to that have our little widget, which is they only have this button, which that's a very unique visitor. It is someone who is highly motivated to give their information to you to apply for a loan, which is like nobody. And meaning, if they just stumble on this website, there's no credibility that's been built up. There's no relationship that's been built up. You've provided almost no value. They just came on the website probably because you had a very good post about something that they were interested in, and then boom, they get the information and you get nothing from it. This is the same thing. This is a gorgeous website. It looks great. She blog posts all the time, regularly, providing good quality content. But again, there's nothing there where I can really raise my hand and say I want more information other than get a free rate quote. People aren't compelled by that. They can get a free rate quote in their mind by Googling, what are mortgage rates in Arizona? You know what I mean? And they're going to get all kinds of information. They don't know that it's a bunch of rate porn everywhere, which is what we have to educate them. But in their mind, that's getting a rate quote. They can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So we need to take these websites that are fantastic, great content, look professional, and get them so that people who visit it that maybe aren't ready to apply for a mortgage with you right here and now, we can capture their information. It's a whole reason why we have a website. If we're just looking to engender credibility, you can just stick to your LinkedIn. I mean, that's good enough. People will look you up and that's it. This is supposed to capture information, to get buyers to relinquish their email address and phone number. And you can do it a bunch of different ways. This isn't ours. I just figured I'd throw this up there because I wanted to make clear that if you want to do this on your own, it's certainly possible. Opt-in little widgets like this are available through like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Infusionsoft is like a higher end one, and they're pretty cheap, $30 a month, which I mean that's what our service is, and you get ours for free. This is included, but it's not that you couldn't do it. So you could put in a really compelling message right here, and then they'll put in their name and email address. Right? And that's a capture page. That's all there is to it. Nothing more complicated than that. So with that, if you just did that, you take care of the traffic and capture part. But where the heavy lifting comes in is the nurturing, right? This is the part where, as we just saw from that statistic, most people will fail that where this isn't their core business, where they're actually doing something else, and on the side they're building their website presence, and they want to get a loan here and there from it. They're going to end up the nurturing part of their database is going to be the first to go when they get busy, if they let it go. And then ultimately you're not going to convert anything. So how do we fix this? Well, through Lead Magnet, through our system already, you know that we have the daily and weekly rate insider. This is geared towards consumers that are looking to purchase a home. We have thousands of consumers that are receiving our information, and that's fantastic. But up until now, they've actually had to key in the information. The loan officer had to put their information in, and then they get it, and that's fantastic. And we tell them all kinds of stuff, as many of you already know, but I'll just tell you real quick. We basically tell them, the consumer, where rates are going and why. We don't tell them about, the 30-year fixed is at 4% today. That would be dumb. But what we do is we tell them, hey, the Ebola virus, that's having an effect on interest rates. People are really scared. It's driving it down. This might be a good time to lock. That kind of information. So that when it's time for them to lock, when you've sort of nurtured them enough, they will know the direction of rates and why. You see, this is where you build up your credibility. They originally went to your website, they saw some information, they thought you had a cool enough website and you had credibility there. This is where you hit a home run because you are consistently providing timely information and relevant. And remember, like we said, if anything is going to work as far as nurturing your database, it needs to be relevant but maybe even just as important, timely. It needs to be what's happening now and today. You'll see all kinds of people who say they specialize in database management, and they'll hand you like 12 emails for a year campaign or 18 emails for a year and a half campaign, and they go out once a month or something like that, and they forget about you. The problem is it might be relevant, but those emails that are already pre-written have nothing to do with what's happening in the world today as it pertains to their particular situation. That's why we spend the kind of time and effort to make sure that we provide information that is timely about current events that affect them today. And if you care at all about compliance, which you should, feel free to email our support and say, listen, I just want to make sure everything is good and compliant. We've been through all of this before, and this is quality compliant information. So picture this. I want to kind of walk you through this now. This already cool website that looks fantastic, has great information on there, has our great little rate widget on here, which obviously makes him brilliant. If you just put in a banner like that says protect yourself, find out where mortgage rates are headed and why, this completely changes the page. Because now you have quality information with information that you're giving away to them. And now you have a banner that when they click on will take them to a squeeze page, which I am going to show you here in a second, that's already set up for you. Everyone who has 1003 Magnet now has this squeeze page that will absolutely change your website. Now, same thing here. Great website. You plug in this right here, and now you have a mechanism with almost no effort. This is a matter of copying a code and dropping it in that place instead of the other thing. It takes maybe 2 minutes. Now you have your own squeeze page is the kind of the term, but you have your own way in which you can capture your visitors' information. You know, something like this. Don't be caught off guard when you lock your next loan. They are looking for information from you to ultimately protect them and make them feel smart. I mean, those are the things that we really strive to do with 1003 Magnet, is to elevate your esteem and make sure that they know the kind of special stuff that you get and that you use and that you do every day, while at the same time making the consumer feel smart. So these are the banners that are available in your marketing center right now. And I'm going to walk you through actually exactly where it is, because this is brand new, guys. We just launched this on the weekend, so many of you probably haven't even dug around the site to find it because it's not exactly right in front of your face. So these are the banners you get. You'll see 3 of these are a little bit wider. That's for your newer websites with the newer design that have the larger right toolbar area or on the left side. And this thinner one is I saw a handful out there that are still using the older websites. They look great, but you can go and you can drop them in to your on your website. So you click on any of these banners, any one of these. Right? You can have these anywhere. You can put them on, obviously, your website. You can drop an image on your email contact. You can put them anywhere. Then they get driven to your page, your own squeeze page, which this is already built for you, and it's just part of 1003 Magnet. It's personalized. Up here, you have your information, all your content information. The key, though, is, guys, is you have to make sure your marketing profile is completely filled out. It needs to have your phone number and your email address, obviously, because that's how you signed up. Your name and everything needs to be complete. Otherwise, obviously, the contact information up top won't be complete, but also it's not going to potentially generate, because we need a very specific unique URL. But then you'll see it has some nice verbiage here talking about, hey, mortgage rates are always moving. We need to keep you informed because things change on a dime, and I'm here to help. Then they put in their name and email address, and they're signed up. We actually added phone number. If you talk to internet marketers, they'll say, no, never put a phone number, never in a million years, because it's just one more point of friction and they're never going to do it and you're going to lose people. We decided that having a phone number is so important in our business because building a relationship over just email is tough. And so if we have an opportunity to grab their phone number, because we're providing this cool information to them and it's going to help them, and they're going to be compelled to put in their phone number a lot of the time. But we make it perfectly clear. Listen, they don't want to put in their phone number, you don't have to. So they put in their information, then they select which they want, which is typically going to be Weekly Rate Insider. They click exclusive access, boom, they get dropped into your database. Okay? So they get dropped into your database, and as soon as that happens, they get shot off the daily or weekly rate insider, whichever they choose. They get the instant gratification that we're talking about. But the cool thing is, on top of that, is you don't need to do another thing. There's nothing that you need. I mean, the only work you technically need to put in for our system is dropping in the banner, which takes a few minutes. And if you have any trouble at all, as you guys already know, we post our phone number everywhere, and I'll show you that as well, where you can call in for support and we'll walk you through the process. But they get the instant gratification of the daily rate insider or the weekly rate insider. And it goes on as long as you want it to go on, or as long as they do. So with ours, we've really completed the conversion. You have the traffic. We've given you a opt-in page and a banner to put anywhere you want. In fact, I recommend you go to your real estate agent partners and say, listen, I have this cool banner that will help us get more leads from your website. Here's the code. Drop it into your website. And I will let you know when I get a lead, and I will add it, your information, and so it's co-branded, which I should probably look at that real quick. You see right here, this right here is co-branded. It's co-branded because when you have to select who is the partner, right? If it's a real estate agent, accountant, or whoever, and then once it's selected, all the marketing now is co-branded. Your information and the real estate agents or the financial planners or the tax accountants or whatever. And then we nurture the database for you. When you're busy, which most of you are super busy loan officers, because that's who we attract in ours, which is producing loan officers, care about 1003 Magnet, they care about the stuff we buy or we provide. You don't have to worry about it. We have professional writers. This is what they do. We take the information from our twice daily market commentary from David Shermeyer and Brian McNee. We mold it into consumer content that makes sense for them and that they can digest so that you'll ultimately convert more deals. So let me show you exactly on our website how you get started. So we're perfectly clear. So you're logged in. You're at the main sort of page. You click marketing, right? Right here is where you have the marketing tools. Now, many of you haven't noticed it yet. It's only been a day or two because this is where it's always landed, because a lot of people share their stuff on social networks, which you can do with 1 or 2 clicks, which I'll show you here in a minute if you want. But as soon as you click that, you'll come to Lead Magnet. Now, 2 things. 1, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your page looks correct. So you click on here, and this is your own personal squeeze page. Okay? Your information's up here, the contact, just like what we talked to, and it looks absolutely beautiful. But if, like I said, you're missing any information, then your marketing profile, it's not going to show up here, and that's not good, right? It doesn't look professional. The second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at these banners and say, okay, I like this one, I don't like this one, I'm going to put this one on there. All you do, take this, copy, right-click, then copy it and put it on your website. It's just an iframe is what they call it. And any website will accept an iframe. Okay, it's I shouldn't say any. There's exceptions to every rule, I am sure. But most websites have these banner advertisings. That's all these. When you see advertising on websites that have a little from AdWords or on different websites on Yahoo and all those different, but they're iframes. That's exactly what this same framework this is built on. And you drop it in your website, and when you go there, it will show this, right? It'll show this right there. Now, one thing I want to suggest to some of you is if you go and you right-click on your image, because I just thought of this, there's a question someone asked. You right-click on this, and you were to save the image, and you save it on your desktop. You can post this image anywhere. On your email signature, um, on I mean, I'm trying to think of what else. On your Facebook page, you can put it on there as well. You can do a blog post. Hey, you guys want to protect yourself against moving rates and that kind of thing. You can save the image and then just take your unique URL, which is right here, and you'll see Jason Lutz and my phone number. This is my own unique URL, and then you can make this a hyperlink to wherever you want. Because Facebook and that kind of thing, it doesn't, you can make it work, the iframes in Facebook, but it's difficult. They don't make it easy. But the image, no problemo. Okay. The other new tool that we have, or another product, which isn't related to what we're talking about, but I just want to show it to you real quick, which is our rate widget. A lot of people are putting this on there because it just, when your users come on there, they can get a quick glimpse of what rates are doing and how it's working. I mean, you're a loan officer, they should see rate information, right? So that's what we provide there. And then we've talked a lot about this, but your rate mastery page. This kind of all comes together in engendering credibility with the leads that you're getting. And this happens across the board, whether or not it's just a website lead or a referral, a direct referral from a real estate agent, however it is you're getting business. You want to do as many things as you can with as little work as possible to show that you have high esteem and credibility, which you do because you're a part of our 1003 magnet. Now, so all you have to do is, these are all downloadable. You can put them in your signature like this. This is your rate mastery page that talks about all the things that you do every day with the fact that you have 1003 magnet. This is what makes you different and special from most loan officers out there that don't take their business seriously, which is this. You regularly go to your 1003 Magnet page, and you're learning about the market. You're learning about what David Shermeyer and Brian McNee say about what's going on with the market today and why. And you're able to display it and show it to a real estate agent and consumer, and you don't have to do anything. You just post this on your email. You just post it on your website, and we take care of the rest without you having to explain, how great you are, which also doesn't necessarily come across all that great. So those are the three main new things. Let me look here. We're at 26 minutes. I'm actually taking a little longer than I anticipated. I want to get to your questions because a lot of people have a lot of questions. Could I use the Facebook business page? Put your widget on it. And by the way, if you have any questions, just type them in. I'm going to try to rattle through as many of these as I can. By the way, I want to say that many of you already have 1003 Magnet. If you don't, just go to 1003magnet.com, TENO3 magnet.com, or you can type 1003, like the 1003, magnet.com, and sign up. It's $1 to try us out. I mean, this is certainly worth it. Plus, we provide rates and all that other kind of stuff. Can you use it on your Facebook page? Steve asked, and I kind of answered it before because I saw your question come out of the corner of my eye. The iframes are difficult to do on Facebook. If you Google it, you can buy a widget that is a plugin actually for Facebook that allows you to do it, and you can install it, and it works. I've tested it out, but I will say it does take a little lifting. It's not super simple as I really anticipate that it would have been. But the image itself for the lead magnets, I kind of gave you an idea to make this work on Facebook or anywhere else for that matter, which is just save the image and have it linked directly to your unique URL, which you can get from clicking right here. Facebook. Absolutely. Well, this is a great question. The question is once someone is locked, right? So we have the time between when they actually become a lead and the time in which your customer actually locks their loan. The question is, can I turn it off? And the answer is absolutely. You just go in there, click locked. In fact, I'll show you one here real quick. Just click here. These are all mock people. Just click lock, deactivate marketing, update, done. Yes, email signature, already went over that. Just simply save the banners right here as a picture, and it will absolutely work. In fact, you could change the size as well and link it to this particular URL. I did record this, and hopefully everything went fine. If everything went technically okay, I will post this on our Facebook page. This is brilliant because we do not have to show APR or anything like that, where compliance Nazis are happy. That's really the idea. We don't want, our stuff is 100% compliant. There is absolutely nothing to worry about there. We're not showing rates, we're not showing APRs, and we're not showing anything like that. We're talking about direction of rates and why. That's it. That keeps compliance people happy. Oh, great question. How do we tell where the lead comes in? Okay, there's actually two things. I don't think I mentioned this. Once you get a lead from your website, you are emailed and notified that you just received the lead. And it just provides the four basic pieces of information that we ask for, right? It's just right here. So it's an extremely simple email. You just put in this, this, and this. And then the email comes out to you. When they get their instant weekly rate insider, you'll at the same time get an email saying, hey, you have a new lead. So you'll be emailed and notified. Now, when you key in leads or people into the system, from your 1003 magnet system right here, if you were to add a consumer, you won't be emailed and notified, just when it comes through the website. Um, a lot of questions here. Do we get email notifications once the lead has been? Yes. Okay, I just answered that. I had clicked the lock button. Oh, monthly cost. This is a part of 1003 Magnet. There is no additional charge for this. So when you come to our site and you haven't already logged in, you have this page that talks about a lot of the products that we have and a lot of different stuff that we provide. It does not show right now the fact that we have Lead Magnet. I wanted to introduce this to all of our paid people, also our free members, which we also value. But all you have to do is accept the offer and complete the information. That's it, and you'll have full access to it. By copying the code and pasting the image instead of copying the code, is the image automatically linked to their? Okay, no. So let me just show you why this works. So real quick, once you log in, you click into the system, and I'm going to show you a little piece in the code that makes you feel comfortable that this is going to link to you. In the code itself, it shows the ID is me. So this is my own personal code. In fact, if anyone were to copy and paste this anywhere, it would link to my site. That's why I suggest giving this to your real estate agents and having them post on their website, so it will come to you. Now, if you were to save the image, you forget about all this. This gives you the cool looking image. This makes it look pretty. If you just want to save the image, which you would right click on it, which isn't perfect because I just thought of it when someone asked me about a different way to do it to their email address, is that if you were to save it, save the image, you then grab this link, which is your unique link, Jason Lutz, and then my cell phone number. That will link to this page. So that's how you would get it and hyperlink it to you from a email. How do I identify if a lead comes from a referral partner website so we can give them back to them? Not sure. Oh, it's a good. There isn't a way. The only way we would be able to do it. Okay, sorry. The question is, let's say you give them a banner, and let's say you give it to, I don't know, 30 different realtors. The question is how would you know for certain which real estate agent it came from, assuming you don't get their phone number and you can't talk to them or anything like that? which obviously could happen if there's a lot of leads coming in. The answer is there's really no way. And the reason why we made it like that is because, not because of that particular application, and we think it's great for you not to know which realtor or agent it came from, is that we don't want to provide any sort of additional friction for you getting information, right? So the key is that while it may come from a real estate agent and it will ultimately turn into a deal, if they never give their phone number and they never respond to the emails that you're providing saying, "Hey, how'd you hear about us? I want to help you," and they're just sort of not responding to you. Um, that would be unfortunate because then you can't verify who it came from. And the only other way to verify it is if we had like a drop down or something for them to select the website that they came from, which will completely firebomb you getting any leads from it, because then it becomes a test, it becomes difficult, and now they have to start thinking about it. I think that is most all the questions. We actually went way over. If you have any other questions about this, I am going to be posting this video, or at least in large part. I might cut out some of the end on our Facebook page. So if you have any questions, just go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/rate mastery. Go there, like the page, so that once we post it, it'll come across your timeline and you'll see the video and you can ask any questions that you have once you had time to think about it, play around with our system, and we'll go on from there. Thank you everyone for jumping on. Please, if you're a free member, give us a shot. It's just $1 and then just $1 a day thereafter. It's super high value for just this alone, let alone the alerts, the AM and PM lock advice, the consumer. We didn't even talk about all the realtor marketing that we have. So definitely give it a shot. Thank you so much. Everyone have a fantastic day.